Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Perillo, and thank you, a Super Squirrel, for resubscribing 7 months in a row. Appreciate all the support that you've given, especially subscribing at Tier 3. And you've also given out quite a few gifted subs. Appreciate that. Eclipse Empire, I also appreciate you. Jedi may be joining us tonight to do those, the color-changing droids. She's been wanting to do them. She mentioned it to me last night, so I'm like, yeah, we can do that. Last night we watched the Muppet Halloween special, the Haunted Mansion. It was fun. I mean, it was fine. It was Muppety. I'll say that. I enjoyed it. There were quite a few callbacks to the original Muppet Show in it, so I really enjoyed it. It was only an hour long, so it wasn't terrible, like in terms of like length. Yeah, I don't know. I like the Muppet classics. That's me. But it was a very Muppet movie, very Muppety movie. You have to be familiar with the Haunted Mansion ride too. Yeah, I'm familiar enough with the Haunted Mansion ride, so I'm like, oh, that's this. Oh, I remember that. Oh, I did that. So I thought it was interesting. It was an interesting play on it. I'm not gonna say a little too Disney. But I don't know. There were times that Gonzo's mouth didn't seem to close all the way, and Kermit's voice seemed a little off to me. And I understand, no one's going to replace Jim Henson, but still, it was just kind of like one of those things. The Muppets Take Manhattan, great movie. I think I like the Great Muppet Caper the most. I don't know. Those are the Muppets I grew up with. So it's nice that they're doing more Muppet things. I would rather have a new Muppet thing than not a Muppet thing at all. Like, if given a choice. Okay. So, I'm a little tired. And then after tonight, I'm going to be watching a riveting webinar on a homeschool. Like, homeschool options that we've been looking for. And so I want to learn more about what this one entity might be able to help us with in terms of curriculum. And, I owe it to Jedi to spend an hour watching what is likely going to be a very dry... I gotta watch it. Got no choice. I also have no choice. I've got, like, something on my forehead. What the hell's on my forehead? Why is there something stuck? Why? There we go. Sorry. There was something stuck on the, my forehead. I had to kill it. Okay. There we go. Now drops are queued. Dark Toy Lord, glad you're here, because I got new, I keep wanting to call them chromium. The carbonized collection. We've got a, armor. I'm trying to tilt her the right way. There's no perfect way of doing it, because as soon as you catch the light, there. Is that good? About as good as I can get it, Liz. We've got a carbonized collection armor to complement the incinerator trooper, which I unboxed the other day. And then she also came in the same box as a Moff Gideon. So Moff Gideon and the armorer have arrived in carbonized form. They're back in carbonized form. Not Pog. So I am going to open today, right now, Moff Gideon. I'll do the armorer tomorrow. Because if I don't do it right now, I will forget. And then all hell breaks loose. And then I'm like, no, all hell does not break loose. Hey, welcome, Scramble44. Good to see you. Oh, Moff's cape comes off. I wish they used soft goods with this stuff. It's what's so annoying sometimes about these... Because I think the armorer's cape also has an issue popping off. Let's see here. There we go. Well, that seems to attach a little better. The cape seems to attach a little better than the armorer's muff. What would you call it? Like her fur kind of falls off. Long-time YouTube viewer, first time catching you on Twitch. Well, welcome to the Play Shop. I am here every night, as you now know, 6 p.m. Pacific. Just showcasing the toys that I just got today. I didn't get much else on this Monday. And by the way, I looked at the Darksaber I thought I needed to swap the batteries, but unfortunately, the batteries, even swapping the batteries, that didn't seem to address the Darksaber issue. But here we go. We've got a Moff Gideon. This is a not chromium. I keep saying chromium. Carbonized version. I don't know if I can tell the difference between this version and the non-carbonized version of Moff Gideon in any way, shape, or form. Maybe he's a little shinier. Maybe his coat's a little shinier. Maybe that's a very slight difference. We'll stand Moff over here. And for anybody who is wanting me to jump in to talking about tech, fine. Once again, the best clone member of the Bad Batch. The best member of the Bad Batch is actually Omega. Spoiler alert. So there, I talked about tech. Hope everybody's happy. Didn't take me too long here in the broadcast. Also heard back from Loyal. I'm going to be, oh, hang on, Scramble, you got accepted to the Pixel Superfans Club. Awesome. Hey, could you give them some feedback for me? Because they don't listen. I'm never going to be a member of that club. They're never going to accept me. Tell them to fix the nav bar slop. That'd be great. That would be awesome. Because right now you can't turn off the nav bar, and there's inconsistencies between the apps. The nav bar is not always completely transparent depending on the app, and the way to mitigate that is to allow users to be able to hide it. So could you pass along that feedback? Please allow me to hide the nav bar. 1, 2. WTF is up with this Material U crap. They don't have any kind of grayscale options. So I want you to submit, hey, give me some grayscale options. I don't want blue, or I don't want pastel colors on my phone. Give me grayscale, thank you very much. And allow me to turn off the nav bar. Can you do that for me, Scramble? Congratulations, by the way, for being... This is the reason they don't accept me into the program, because I actually give them feedback. I don't think they like that. I don't think they like it when users actually say, hey, this is something that you need to fix. Hey, all these other things are great, but... ... But... So, Scramble, here's my hope that you care more about software than you do hardware. Maybe you don't. Not trying to take away from your enjoyment of tech, but I tend to be more of a software person than a hardware person, so the hardware doesn't really impress me. It's the software. If you're not a software person, I may have to keep searching for another Pixel superfan to talk to so I can finally break through to the Google Pixel people to get them to fix their software instead of just floating along. Teal? Alright. Teal, that's green. That's tealish. What do you think? That's teala. Teal-ish. You think?
Faceless cheered X100. Gobble gobble, happy Thanksgiving, Canadians.
Yes, happy Indigenous Peoples Day if you are here in the United States. I think that's the only holiday that was really celebrated today. You agree, noted, and will give an opportunity. I always agree with your software opinions, approaches. Well, Scramble, I tell you, they need to do it. I'm serious. I got a lot. I gave up with the Pixel 5, 4XL, or the Android 11. They never fixed any of the bugs. Never even came close. Never even came close. And I'm like, really, Google? And that's when I floated to Samsung. I'm like, all right, fine. I'll go with Samsung. I'm still going to be pre-ordering a Pixel 6 Pro because it's something that I know that I want to try. If only to see, hey, is this better than the Samsung experience I've been used to over the past 6 months? It's going to take a lot. Because, like I said, I can mitigate a lot of the Samsung sloppiness. Not all of it. But I already know the Pixel has a certain amount of shortcomings that, you just got to get used to. Nav bar, if they fix the nav bar, it'd be one thing. If they're taking feedback on third-party launchers, they're broken. In Android 12, they've been broken in Android 11. Third-party launchers don't work well at all. There is, in any third-party launcher you use on Android, with Android 11 and Android 12, like sometimes if you jump back to the home screen too soon and you do a swipe, it doesn't register. On a third-party app, first-party launchers work fine, but the third-party launchers, like Action Launcher or Nova, anything like that, there's actually, the first swipe up, if you do it too soon after exiting an app, doesn't register. And, more importantly, with a third-party launcher, I don't know if you use third-party, the Pixel launcher I got a lot of feedback for, too. Hang on, I hope you're writing this down. in the third-party launcher, when you swipe up to get to the task switching menu, you can't tap anywhere apart from swiping up again to exit out of that menu. You can tap anywhere to exit out of the task switching menu if you're using a first-party launcher, like the Pixel launcher. It works fine. But third-party launchers have been broken. And Google's done nothing for it. And I don't think they will, because it's like, well, we're going for a Pixel experience. Okay, here's the thing, Pixel experience. Let me put apps in folders in the Pixel launcher. Alphabetize them automatically. That'd be great, because you don't do that. And you have so many apps installed, you can't even get to the ones you're trying to get to easily without organizing them on the home screen, and that's a completely different catastrophe. So, the Pixel launcher's got problems. The nav bar's got problems. Third-party launchers got problems. There's issues. I mean, the Material U? How is it Material U? I don't want a pastel color. How is this me? It's not me. Someone else wants pastel. That's Material them. Material U would be grayscale. So good luck with the feedback. I got a lot of it. And trust me, I'll be just as critical in my review. But I thought you were Team Pixel. No, I'm not. I'm Team Great Experience. That's my team. You're either on my team or you're not. I don't care. I'm still on my own team. Thank you very much. Some people don't like that. Some people, no, you've got to like the thing I like. Oh, not going to do it. Not going to do it. Thank you, Huzaifa96 for following. And by the way, Seno Bite Off Sec, thank you for following 20 minutes ago. Hope you're still following. You may be like, I thought he was going to be nice to everybody. No, I never promised I was going to be nice. Never promised I was going to be straightforward. Just promised I was going to be me. Now, speaking of me, what am I printing? Liz, don't even try to change the topic. I was going there anyway. That's how you know when Liz has had enough. Like, okay, moving on. She just wants me to stay positive. I don't disagree. I tend to get very angry. Liz is like my, what's the serotonin? She's the Twitch serotonin. Is that right? I am trying for a second time a clone trooper because I finished the one yesterday and got halfway through the supports and the leg snapped. The supports were I had way too many supports. So Krusty suggested that oops, let's do this again. Krusty suggested that I use the new Prusa Slicer. And there's a new support setting that minimizes supports, but still makes them, valid to use, and just as strong. And I believe I did it right. This is the what do they call it? Snug supports. So this is the beta for Snug, or alpha, really. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do this because I got no choice. To be able to print this out again, I'm going to give this a shot. And by the way, speaking of 3D printing, we're going to be giving away a 3D printer. I'm just going to start teasing it now because we're going to give away a 3D printer. I talked to Loyal. We're going to do it. I don't know how soon. I don't even know what 3D printer it's going to be. I don't know what date. But stay tuned. We're giving away a 3D printer, and if it turns out well, if it goes well, trust me, I think we'll give away more. Because then we've got a foundation to give away more. I'll be teasing it, of course, across social and on YouTube. My plan, as soon as we have a date, is to do like a tips for beginners, 3D printing beginners, 3D printing tips for beginners, and a 3D printer giveaway, and then to talk about the experience that I've had with the Prusa Mini Plus. So we're going to be giving away a 3D printer. If you don't have one, don't be jealous. There will be an opportunity coming, potentially more than one opportunity. Huz says, hey Chris, used to follow you years ago, stumbled upon your daily motivational posts. Now I'm hooked again. Sweet. I'm glad you're enjoying them. I enjoy doing them in the morning. I just shoot them on the deck. This morning, I don't know if you saw today's motivational video. It's on TikTok. You can head over to TikTok, follow me there. It's an easy way of seeing them all. Of course, they're also on Instagram. They're also on the Advice YouTube channel. We've got to record tonight's advice too, by the way. It is Monday. The new advice video may be going public here in a few minutes. But that's where I've been dumping them. I have to put them in a dedicated channel because if I watered down the tech aspect in my main channel, they're great videos, but unfortunately, YouTube just wants you to be one thing or another, and I don't know if I've got a good idea for tech shorts right now. Possible to see that insane view you got off the back porch? Yes. Yes, it is. I post things every so often. There's some houses around here, so I can't show you a full view, but I've posted images, especially when I'm doing phone comparisons, camera comparisons. Hello, Mr. Neotrip. Good to see you again, and thank you for subbing. Really appreciate all the subs that have come our way. If you are a follower of mine on YouTube and you comment, and you want to support there, feel free to join and become a YouTube member as well. That'd be very, very, very kind of you. I'd really appreciate that. Because yes, I am posting videos on YouTube every day, and I'll be doing another live YouTube video on Saturday morning, FYI. Anyway, what have I talked about the 3D printer giveaway. I'm gonna stage that. This is your warning shot so that you know it's coming down the pike. I'm telling you, I told you about the 3D printer, or what I'm 3D printing tonight. I did the toys. Welcomed people, thanked everybody. Okay, so I think now maybe we'll lay down TLDR and then do the advice video. Yeah, something like that. We can do that. We're gonna do that. Do it live. Although, the funny thing is about doing these long-form advice videos is that inevitably they get the same amount of views as the shorts. A 10-minute video does just as well as a 15-second video. Ooh, nice, Hilsey. I love that emote. It's a toy gal. Who's toy gal, Hilsey? Dude, it's a vintage Boba Fett head. My Little Pony Transformers Friendship in Disguise paperback set to arrive Wednesday. Sweet. Thank you, Mr. Neotrip. Very appreciated. Can't wait to dive into that with her. Last night we read the Felix the Farting Feline that Liz sent. And read a little bit more in a book that my brother gave Jedi, and then another book. Oh, a very Vader Sithmas. So we read 3 books last night. It was incredible, and we watched a Muppet movie. Oh, is it a Toy Galaxy emoji? Oh, Toy Gal, of course. Toy Galaxy emoji. Yes. Derp. Why didn't I think of that? Toy Galaxy. I was thinking Toy Gal. Yes. Sent the second one, but it's pre-order for December 7th. Oh, fair enough. Because I feel like, Transformers are fun. I know she likes, would be interested in the My Little Pony, but like a crossover comic, that kind of thing. I'm like, yeah, this would be fun to get into with her. I think she would enjoy it. Like, not reading everything in one sitting, but a little bit at a time, like we've been doing a book, a chapter a night. Yeah, if you click the emote, it gives you a pop on whose it is. I didn't go that far. I just hovered. I'm like, Toy Galaxy, derp. Okay, let's do the advice video first, because we'll wait for more TLDR folks to pop in, and I've got that staged. I'm ready for the TLDR. Trust me, it's good content. So tonight, for see if I can get to, where's the advice? Where is it? There we go. We got a couple things on the stage. Parenting tips or advice. You should do an advice topic on the unhealthy aspects of clinging to the past. I wonder which one. Parenting tips or unhealthy aspects on clinging to the past. Ryan wants parenting tips, and I haven't done one of those in a while. Target Special 349 Lego minifigures? Really? Totally missed it. You missed the pickups? Yes. Moff Gideon, carbonized Moff Gideon. Oh, sorry. Oops. Carbonized Moff Gideon. Doesn't look that much different. Opened him. I guess you can see in his cape, he's carbonized. And then, armor carbonized. They both came in. Thing I don't like about the armor is the fact that she doesn't have soft goods. And even with Moff Gideon, I wish they had soft goods. It's depressing that they don't. What camera is that? I think if you do, hang on, bang, is it bang camera? Yes, look at that. Bang camera, right there. There's the link. Get your own. And that's my affiliate link. So I make like 2 cents. Yay! Carbonize gets a lot of hate. Yeah, Hasbro gets a lot of hate. I'm like, dude, I'd rather have something than nothing. Just like the Muppets Halloween special thing. I'd rather have something than nothing. Well, I can't say that about everything. I definitely can't. Alright, I think I'm gonna try to go through the parenting thing. I'm gonna try. We'll try to do the parenting advice tonight, or for the advice video this week. Because I haven't done a lot of those. I don't need to open Notepad, really. Well, actually, I do. Here on my Windows 11 machine. It's running like a champ. Oop, wrong one. And then open up a clock. Love the clock app on Windows 11. Oops. It's not perfect. But it works. Okay, let's do this. We're going to go to a clean view here. So that everybody knows what's going to happen right now is I'm going to record a video for the advice YouTube channel. And I've got effectively, because I had to put the advice somewhere, or I wanted to put the advice somewhere for evergreen content. I'm back building that YouTube channel. It's only got like 300 subscribers, not a lot. But those are where a lot of the motivational clips that you see every day across social, that's the YouTube channel they're going into. So, I mean, they're going somewhere. I just can't put them in the primary channel. I've learned. I got to keep it focused on tech. So I'll be doing a tech video after this one. Here we go. This one's going to be Ryan Pearson's asked about parenting tips. Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Perillo, and I love sharing my advice. So thank you for listening. I appreciate it. And, of course, if you have any advice you'd like me to give you or the rest of the world, feel free to comment. I appreciate the support. But, of course, one size doesn't fit all. So if I say something that you disagree with, or maybe you want to extend the conversation, happy to see a dialogue happen, because generally speaking, I could always stand to learn a little bit more. Tonight's topic is direct from a friend. Ryan Pearson asked if I was going to be up for giving parenting tips or advice, specifically anger management for preschoolers and parents of preschoolers. So this is going to be challenging to convey, because this is not me sitting from a place of having done everything perfectly. But that is actually the perfect way to stage the advice that I'd like to give. And that is, you're not perfect. I'm not perfect. In many ways, parenting is just doing the best you can with what you've got. And sometimes doing the best with what you can, or doing the best with what you've got, it could differ from day to day. Because you may, be going through a very stressful time, and because of that, you don't have extra bandwidth to accommodate certain circumstances. These are times that your fuse may be shorter than other times. That's a part of being human. You're always going to be a parent, and I know you're always going to do your best to protect and prepare that child, and that's honestly how I've always staged things with Jedi. We've disagreed about various things. We've of course had, our spats, and certainly have had, rough patches, brief, very, very brief. Number one, being Italian. Number two, she's a kid. You get over things in about 5 minutes. Not everybody is so lucky. But, I explained to her over and over again that it's my job to protect and prepare her, such that if we ever come into a circumstance where she's asking why, or is not really understanding what's going on, or why I might do one thing or another, I ask her, what's my job? And she says, to protect and prepare me. So it sets the stage such that I've given her an expectation that she knows that even if she doesn't understand what's going on, or she may not understand what I'm saying, or we may, come to blows, and we do as Italians, let me tell you, that happens. She knows in her heart that, not just because of repetition, but because she knows that generally is what I do. I protect her. It's my job to protect her. It's my job to prepare her. So by instilling that through repetition and also demonstration, like I said, here's why I do this. I do this because it protects you from that. Or this is why I'm saying this, because it prepares you for the other thing. So I contextualize that such that it just reinforces that in her, such that when we do have an issue, there's not a permanent schism, or she calls into question my role as a protector, as a preparer for her, I should say. So you're not perfect. There's 1,001 books, but no real manual that's going to be able to dictate how you can be the best parent for your child. But here's the thing. You will be the best parent for your child. Whether you feel that way or not, as long as you're doing your best, and doing your best may not even be doing your best for your child. Being the best parent may not even have anything to do with the child. As a parent, you have more than one responsibility. You have more than one you cannot just be responsible for the child. You got to be responsible for other things too in life. You have to be an adult. You can only be a good parent if you're a good adult. And being a good adult is taking care of your responsibilities. Because you don't take care of your responsibilities, you can't take care of that kid. So keep that in mind. The child is certainly a priority in your life. But even in that priority, you're going to have to, certain other things are going to have to be number one at times. And the child may be number three, still important. But like putting food on the table, kind of a big deal. Roof overhead, really kind of a big deal. So you got to take care of those needs first for your family before you can take care of them for your child. Because if you don't have someone in that role, you good luck. It's going to be pandemonium, constant pandemonium, if you can't take care of those basic needs. So as a parent, you have to understand that there's going to be times that you're not going to be able to spend time with your child, but that does not mean that the time that you do spend is any less important. I'm not a big believer in the whole quality time thing. I think it's a bunch of BS. I don't believe in it at all. I think people have come up with this idea because allegedly it makes people feel better about the time they spend with other people. I don't believe in it. I believe if you're spending time with someone, then that's exactly what you're doing. Time is a constant. It's not, well, this 60 seconds was better than the previous 60 seconds, and let's optimize. And no. It's got to be quality time. Dude, you're stressing yourself out. You're stressing everybody out. Just spend time, okay? Don't set yourself up for failure. And that's exactly what you're going to do if you think you can constantly be there for your child without taking care of other things. 1,001 other things that you need to take care of your child. So before getting into the whole anger management and preschoolers and parents of preschoolers, I have to set the conversation this way because, like I said, there are going to be times that you're going to be taking care of the things that need to be taken care of. Because I'm sorry, nobody has the privilege of just being able to float through life with no adult responsibilities. Nobody, right? You got to take care of certain things before you can take care of other things. You got to take care of the adult things before you can take care of the kid things. And that part of that is actually teaching the child how to be independent and responsible and self-motivating, and very aware of how they can contribute to the entire family, by not just coddling and not just catering and not just, sweeping in and constantly being over them such that they can develop that sense of independence. So when you're doing your thing, understand, even if you're not directly interacting with that child, you're still helping them. You're helping them discover who they are, helping them, be able to rely upon themselves rather than constantly on you. That's part of preparing your child for the future. In my humble opinion, it's critical. So when your mind is occupied on things that take 99% of your energy away and you only have 1% left, it's going to happen. And when that child is pushing for the other 99, you've got to set the expectation. Like, look, I got to do this. This is the reason I got to do this. This is what I got to do. You've got to have that time to accomplish the things you need to accomplish as an adult and as a parent vicariously. But when you're pushed to the limit, the only thing you can do is talk to them. And I probably do it more directly than some. I'm not going to give you advice on this because you're going to find your own path. I probably talk to Jedi not like a child more than I talk to her like an adult. So I'm constantly just talking to her, even though I can't reason with her as an adult. She's still a child, but I talk to her not as a peer, but as someone who I'm not watering down this information to. I'm just being very direct. I'm being very honest. I'm being in many ways blunt. You know, just so that I'm not flowering things up, so that she is getting the straight scoop from me. So Jedi understands that I can be very direct, very direct. So in those moments where things are, you know, stressful, she knows when I'm being direct. She knows I'm not being mean. She knows I'm not being, you know, rude. She just knows I'm being exactly who I am with her, and that is direct. And there are times that I have to reset expectations, like, look, this is what's going on, right? There's certain boundaries that we have. But in terms of anger management, my recommendation is think about it when you're not angry. Because, like I said, when I set the expectation that, you know, hey, I'm always going to be direct because that's how I am with her, when I am more direct in those tense situations, she's not going to take it as an outlier. She just knows that's how I am going to treat situations. So it's not an anomaly. So there's no vitriol that's coming. And she knows that in 5 minutes' time, everything's going to be okay. So you got to keep that in mind for yourself. In terms of the child, it's being able to recognize their feelings and accommodating their feelings, to validate their feelings, and talking through it. Talk through it. Talk to that child. And teach them how to deal with their feelings and accommodate those feelings and regulate those emotions. And she will mirror you in many ways, so you've got to be mindful of that. But you know what? Like I said in the very beginning of laying this down, you're not perfect. Don't hold yourself to a standard you're never going to be able to meet. Just do your best. Alright, I'm sure I pissed off half the internet with that video. Give me a second, gotta drag it over to the desktop so I can prepare it tomorrow. That's the advice. Hey, Aveline, good to see you. Brian Pearson was asking about parenting tips and advice, anger management for preschoolers and parents of preschoolers. Great job on the invite. Thank you, Ikafar. I appreciate that. Why? Being honest and direct with your kid is so important.
Hollywood in 3D just resubscribed for 8 months. Hey, everyone.
Hollywood in 3D! One of my favorite 3D printing people around. Right there. Check this out.
Caffeinated Linux just resubscribed for 15 months.
Everyone's resubscribing. What is this? This is like my birthday all of a sudden. What's going on? Hollywood, I'm printing a clone. I'm using the new Prusa Slicer
X100
to do
time for
skinny
drops.
supports. We got a hype train started. Unbelievable. Caffeinated Linux, thank you so much for resubscribing, for being a sub for 15 months in a row. Very appreciated. Very, very, very appreciated. All the support. You like the new slicer? Hollywood, I like the design of the new slicer. I mean, they freshened it up, at least on Windows, a little bit. But the supports... Like, these are the, not slim, what's it called? Not slim supports? Snug. They're snug supports. So I'm going to see how this one turns out. I'm a little concerned about under that leg a bit. That when I did the test, it came out a little chewy. But I'm doing this at 0.2 mm layer height. I may end up doing another one of these at 0.1 mm just to see which one I like more before continuing down the path. I'm testing the waters before I continue, because I don't want to get down the path and say, oh, I should have done this, I should have done this. So this is very much a clone
more 3 cheered X100. Puppy time.
Oh my god, we're already in level 2. Hang on, let me go get Palpatine. Palpatine puppy time. Hello, my pitiful friends. It is bad to see you. Good for me, bad for you. Ha, 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 ha. It's what I do. I do evil things when you're not watching. I do evil things when you are twitching. Huh? You like that? Yes? No? No? Not so much? Dude, you almost shot a hole in my 3D printer. How dare you? Eclipse Empire, how dare you? Yes, happy Canadian Thanksgiving. I don't know what the exchange rate is on Canadian Thanksgiving at this point.
Hollywood
Show
3D
me
Chair
what you
X100.
got.
I got a Moff Gideon carbonized figure. He's one of my favorite Moffs. If you're going to Moff Gideon. Yes. Sorry, was that in focus or was it a little blurry? Sometimes when I hold it up, I may have to initiate. There's another mode on here that makes it easier for me to get really close. There's the Moff. Everyone likes to piss the Moff. Sorry. Never mind. I thought it was funny. Thank you, Hollywood N3D, for the cheers. And Aveline French for more bits. The good bits. We'll toss out the bad bits and just go with the good bits. That's why I love wearing something dark underneath these robes. I didn't have a very dark collection. And yes, thank you for that shout out to Sith Lord Brit. I assume there was a shout out, yes? Is Loyal here as well? Are we just reminding? By the way, we have helped Loyal. I'm not taking full credit, and partial credit, really. Loyal is now an affiliate. So anything we could have done to help him along is amazing. He's an affiliate already. Which is outstanding. Took me not too long to get to partner, but they gave me that partnership years ago. I'm grateful for that. Otherwise, I would be chugging along. It would take a long time. But ultimately, I made it. I made it happen for me. And you vicariously. So even though, here's the thing about being a partner. I have not heard from my partner manager at all. Like, I tried to reach out and they never get back to me. So I don't know if I need a different partner man. I may, actually, now that I think about it, maybe I should ask for a different partner manager. Should I ask who my partner manager is and how to get a hold of them? Because we're not in touch anymore? That would be nice. Because I'm doing many great things. Like sitting here and farting in Chris's chair. You know, I knew someone in real life that laughed just like that. I mean, exactly like that. Every time I laugh like that, I think of this guy. Richard was his name. Nice guy. Really nice guy. Really bad laugh. I guarantee he's not watching. We have not crossed paths in decades. Decades. It's a long time. A long time to have, what is that? Cowboy crying people? Witch crying people? The Capagens have witch hats? Is that what's going on? Yeah. By the way, we must have gotten another follower during the advice video. Ginger Ale started following, which is awesome. Sorry, I did not have a chance to welcome you. Well, a pew pew sticker. Pew pew pew. Nice. Not seen that sticker yet. I had no idea. We got that. Oh, there's another Vader sticker. One of my favorite stickers to slap. Loyal Moses, just as much fun, but different, really. The Loyal sticker. Stick around, you will see Loyal eventually. Of course, I always, this is the problem. When you have enough of the same community, when they start streaming at the same time you do, then inevitably half your community disappears, and it's really sad. All the more reason to build a stable foundation for your community that spans many communities, because there are a lot of options and people to watch on Twitch on any given night. So I'm glad that you're spending the time with me, Emperor Palpatine, slapping these stickers around. Slap, slap, slap. Better slapping stickers than slapping me. Given up on naming the 3D prints? No? Not that I know of. Why would I have given up on naming them? Bob? Bob is a good name, yes. I'm not your dad. You got a haircut? What? What? Come here, is that for real? Oh, look at that!
Faceless cheered X100, puppy for Jedi.
Oh, sorry, broke character. Hang on. Come here. Hey, look, show everybody. I was like, what am I looking at? What am I looking at? Look at Jedi got her hair cut. There you go. Yeah, looking good. Looking manageable.
I'm just seeing if it's perfect.
It is. Here, wait, yeah. It is. Okay, yeah, you were asking. Well, like, I would have taken you into Christiana, but this is a good first haircut. The girl who does my hair, well, used to. Mom does my hair better. And I'm not just saying that because she's here. Diana does it better.
I think I need to shave this.
Yeah, don't get hair everywhere. But, yeah, wow, okay. Yeah, that's the thing. Is shorter hair, there's not a lot of knots. What, honey? Yeah, oh, yeah.
No,
It doesn't touch the... Wow, look at that. Wow, I can't... I'm like... I can definitely see the difference. Yeah, Sith Lord Brit says, nice do. Oh my, she looks like her mama. Jedi, you look beautiful. Aveline French says. Dark Toiler says, it is perfect.
Oh, thank you.
Wow, so nice, says Pezliz. Hollywood N3D says, I give that haircut 2 thumbs up.
I gave that to Mom because she was the one who did it.
Yeah, but they're saying it looks good on you. Very...
bouncy. Yeah, well, I was like, let me put a little bit of, like, conditioner, because I always have to do conditioner, she won't let me. She's like, I like it poofy.
Okay.
So I was like, okay.
All right.
I was trying to tame it.
I was like,
but, yeah.
it's very... Okay.
She's like, I like it.
All right, works for me. That's fine, but if it's less hair around here, I'm in. My God, it's the one thing. Wow. Very nice. Yeah, I was like, what? What am I looking at? I'm looking at her glasses. I'm like, why am I looking at the glasses? Why is this an important thing? It is, apparently. Ooh, I have to do this. Thank you, Big Fan, for tagging me on Discord. Give me a second. Jesse Moreno, thank you for commenting. And Jesse, thank you so much for being a member on YouTube. Appreciate it. If anybody else wants to join and become a member, there's the link. If you appreciate the YouTube videos that I've been doing for the tech stuff. Is what shirt new, hun? I can't. How can I see if I can't see it? Did we get points for the hype train? Oh, no. Here, hang on. Add points. All 200,000. What? No, you've had that for a while. No, you're just going to grow into it. You'll be fine. I tell you, that haircut, it makes her look older. Seriously, she looks older now. Yeah, she's a kid. She's still a kid, but getting older by the day. Blink and you miss it. Hey, Loyal. Good to see ya. You streaming tonight? Now that you've been bitten by the bug? Now remember, Loyal, I've been streaming live for, well, longer than Buana's been on Twitch. Well, we got here about the same time, but that's back in the Ustream Justin TV days. So if you ever need any advice or questions, I may not know everything, but I know a fair amount. Happy to continue to provide guidance, though you seem to have jumped right in. The big thing with live streaming is just be present. That's kind of the bottom line, especially if you're chatting, like just to be there. You know, the more you immerse. Justin TV takes you back. Oh, it really takes me back. Those are the glory. You know, sometimes I wonder, because I used to have the live stream camera like off of this desk, right? It was like across the room. I mean, the live stream videos that I did would have been substantially better if I mounted the if I had the camera on this desk where ultimately it landed, where it was. And then when I started doing this live stream, I was like, I don't want it in that corner anymore. I need something that I can interface with, and so it ended up going right there. Man Cave Hobbies, good to see you. I am currently printing that clone. I have to reprint it because the supports are too great, but I'm using the Prusa Alpha, the Prusa Slicer Alpha, that allows for snug supports, because the supports I tried earlier were an absolute catastrophe. This is still a test, is at 0.2 mm layer height, but I may end up trying a 0.1. Yeah, no, but you look good. Yeah, it's fine. But I like the one and the other one too. But be careful all the things you're taking on and off, because you still got hair and you could be getting hair in them. You were loyal Moses' first sub. Thank you, Eclipse Empire, for the farting unicorn. Does it fart? It sounds like it farts. Maybe it doesn't. I did see that on Twitter. Yeah, my mentions. I'm like, oh, wonder what's going on Twitter. I haven't been on in 5 minutes, and mentions 20. I'm like, what the hell? Like, I was tagged on something, and then I gotta catch up. I'm like, okay, this is what's going on. This is how I use Twitter, by the way. I use it like this. Does anybody else use it? Right up on their face. The new advice video is up. Everyone go over there. Give it a like. Give it a comment if you can. Watch it in the background. Comment hearted. Oh, I need to like wait, what was this one? Have you ever lied to yourself about what? Okay, there we go. I'm leaving a comment as Chris Perillo. I can't pin it right now because I'm not in that account. But it is up. Is it like tree supports? Not really. But they're definitely thinner. It's definitely a lot less support material in this print. So, like I said, I'm trying this at 0.2 mm layer height. And then I'm going to probably do one overnight at 0.15 mm layer height. Just to see which one turns out a little better than the other. Let me move this over here. I mean, it's definitely... Oh, here we go. Well, that's what I needed to do. I needed to do this. It's just, it's learning what the best... Oh, wow, I could have cut down on a lot. Just by, I'm just experimenting. I'm just seeing what works, what doesn't, you know? It's gonna be, it's gonna be a bit of a challenge to find my way, but like I feel, boy, I could have saved a ton. But again, if you know, it's a question of whether or not. So I'll try this one at 0.15. I'm just experimenting. I already know it's going to be. I'm going to be not wasting filament, because ultimately, if this turns out okay, then you know I'll use it again. But it's a matter of just getting the right, getting the right settings, right? So you know, and this is just I went with default on this one, so it's nothing fancy. Okay, so you've done all yours at 0.15. This is at 0.2. Again, I did this at 0.2, if only to test the snug supports. But tonight I'm going to try a different one, a different setting, so to speak. Because ultimately, I just want to find what's going to work, not just for this one, but for other ones. And I know each model is certainly different. But that's kind of where, you know, just finding the thing that absolutely does work. Yeah, I could have done so much better if I would have done it differently. Oh man. Oh well. Oh well. Too late now. I'm not gonna stop it as long, because I had to stop an earlier one because the foot ended up kind of falling off, which was a little disappointing. but I should be good here. So we're going to go and we're going to do... Oh, sorry. Hang on, everybody. I got to talk tech. Hello, I'm tech. Okay, there we go. I talk tech. Is everybody happy? I've got a TLDR I want to do. And this TLDR is specifically an article that someone sent. Minimize that. We're going to record. I'm going to have to do a timer over here, huh? Should I? I'm going to grab this as a prop. You know, at some point I'm going to have to, like, reset that wallpaper, aren't I? Give me a second. I'm going to reset this wallpaper. I've had the same wallpaper on here, you know, for years. Jedi and Diana. I've got the picture. I'm not, you know, going to cry over this thing, but choose new wallpaper. I like the dynamic dots. We'll just set both. Why not? The dots. They're fun. They're floaty bubble things. Floaty bubble things, right? Okay, so this is going to be about animations on iOS, the iPhone. This is the TLDR for tonight. So here we go. Let's reset. Hello, Galaxy! I'm Chris Perillo, and you're watching the Locker Gnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short. I am streaming this recording live on Twitch. I'm there every night at 6 p.m., so if you want to geek out with me and the rest of the community, feel free to join us here. Of course, you can join the YouTube community by becoming a member. You click the join button here. It'd be amazing if you did. Of course, I also love all the Twitch subs as well. And I also love when you comment, because I've been hearting your comments. Is that wait, this I gotta not like this. This I'm still learning how to do this. This is the thing that you're supposed to do now. See, I'm not too old yet. I love when you comment and you clue me into something that otherwise I would not have known about. And this happened specifically today. Alt Dad Tech, David Stevens, on Twitter, quoted an article from Anon Tech, and I've known Anon since before I think most of the world did. We were actually co-columnists in CPU Magazine back in the day. And he quoted, David quoted here on Twitter, this article, quote, "Although scrolling through the viewport happens at 120 hertz, actual content animations seem to be limited to 60 hertz. So, the very thing that people have been gaslighting me on exists demonstrably. So the question is, why is Apple capping animations? Why? Why would they do that? Well, it could be that maybe they didn't get around to them. That's entirely possible. It could be that maybe they don't feel that it takes away from the experience by not having a completely fluid 120 FPS when it's possible to push 120 FPS, like through an animation. Maybe they're trying to save battery life. Maybe it's a combination of all three. I don't have any insight as to why they made the decision that they made, but all of those are cogent reasons. What I'm sitting here to tell you is that this kind of outcome is exactly the type of experience that I've been speaking to for years, when I have said Android is much more fluid than iOS, whether we're talking at 60 FPS or 120 FPS, and specifically at the operating system level. We're not talking about the specs. We're not talking about, hey, look at this. I got a slab of glass and it's a ProMotion display, so it's running 120 frames per second. Is it all the time? Well, I can tell you, just in using it, that it's not always a fluid 120. So if you're looking for a fluid 120 FPS experience, the iPhone isn't it. It's a smoother experience on a ProMotion display that the iPad Pro has, the current gen at least. It's very fluid. So it's not that Apple doesn't have the ability to do this. They just decided not to. So my belief, if I were to, put my finger in the air and kind of judge, which way the wind is blowing, it would specifically be because they are trying to save battery life. I can't fault them for that, but give us a toggle. Give us a toggle. Give people a toggle. No, they'll toggle it. Well, that's the idea. I mean, this to me is, putting my product manager hat on for a second, it speaks to the overarching experience. And if you've got an otherwise fluid display that you're intentionally capping at 60, it upsets me when Google does it with Google Maps. And it certainly upsets me when Apple does this throughout the entire iPhone experience on a ProMotion display with the iPhone 13 Pro Max. So if you're looking for the most fluid smartphone today, the answer is not an iPhone 13 Pro Max. I don't care how fast it is. I don't care if it's the fastest thing in the known universe. If it's still not as fluid as another experience, what's the point? It's lost fluidity. There's no fluidity. And maybe you're the type of person, again, the type of person who's been gaslighting me, telling me that there is no difference between 60 FPS and 120 FPS, that there is no animation jank, there is no judder. You've been wrong. But if you're the type of person that doesn't see that, cool, that's awesome. See, all I would have to be is you to solve my problem. Unfortunately, that's not practical. So the fact that now we've got a non-tech coming out and saying, although scrolling through the viewports, when they're measuring this, happens at 120 hertz, actual content animations seem to be limited to 60. Now, Apple has said that they're going to be patching some things, but that it's up to third-party developers as to whether or not they enable their app to be 120 FPS. Which is baffling, because again, that was grandfathered in with the iPad Pro, but not on the iPhone. So it gives me, once again, the belief that it's all about battery optimization. But all I'm asking for, in relation to battery optimization, I would rather, honestly, I'm not joking. If you want an extra hour in the day to have your animations capped, cool. I would rather have the time I spend on my phone to be as fluid as possible. I would rather lose an hour, and that's egregious, right? That's just, I'm pulling that number out of thin air. I can't measure that demonstrably. There's no empirical evidence that that's how much shorter your battery life would be. I would rather lose an hour a day on my smartphone to have a more fluid experience when I use it than to have it last an extra hour, which I'm never going to use because I get through the average day personally with most of my phablet devices with maybe 40% left average use. Maybe on extreme days, 20% less or 20% left. So Apple is doing this. They decided to do, not me. Don't shoot the messenger. They decided to do this. And this is exactly the same reason why I've been telling you for years. Android is smoother. Android is more fluid. Not because of the hardware, but because of the software. The optimizations that Google has done, or Samsung, or name the OEM, right? Android is a bit of a blanket term because there are many implementations of Android, certainly different versions, just like there are different versions of iOS. Apple's deciding to do it differently. My question is still, why? Or just please give me a always fluid option. Just please, I beg you. I will force it every time. I do that on the Pixel 4 XL. Yeah, I force 90 all the time. Can't necessarily do that on other OEM devices as easily. Certainly, with any kind of straightforward options, even in dev options on Android devices. But I would rather know that I'm running as fluidly as I possibly can at every given moment. I don't care about battery life, which I realize doesn't sell new devices. I understand that. Some people need that extra battery life. I'm not denying them. I'm not. But the people that want the extra battery life are probably turning off the ProMotion display on their iPhone 13 Pro Max anyway. Do you feel me? So I understand the default shipping this way, but can you give the rest of us just a toggle, like always run fluid. Give me the top visual experience all the time. What happened to that? What happened to elevating the software experience? So again, I don't want to get into specs. So I'll continue to quote the article here. This is a difference to current Android devices, just like I said, which also render content animations at 120 hertz. So, do you want a device that has a 120 hertz display but doesn't run everything capable of running at 120 hertz, like animations at 120 hertz or third-party apps at 120 hertz, what are you paying for? Or knowing that you always have optimal animation experience all the time. What's more fluid? This is empirical. What's more fluid? An experience that is always 120 hertz when it needs to be, specifically animations. I'm not talking about stepping down. When it needs to be, or would you rather have a more fluid experience when it just jumps down to 60 frames per second because that's the way the operating system wants to do it? Because reasons. I am fighting for a more fluid experience. That's it. That's all I want. I'm on this tear, and I've been on this tear because that's all I want. I'm team nobody. I'm team give us the best experience you possibly can. To anybody who would want my attention in anything they might be producing. I'm looking for that experience. I don't care about the hardware. I appreciate the software, and together giving a good experience. This to me is it's not going to be fixed because it's not broken. Do you feel me? Do you finally feel me? Years after going after this kind of stuff. Now I'll go even one step further. The author continues, this kind of got my goat. I don't think this is of any practical difference in experience, however interesting. Ugh. And that's how I'm going to end the video. It's a good way to end the video, don't you think? Did that make sense? Did that rant make sense? That's the TLDR rant for tonight. Oh, hang on, I gotta... There we go. Make sense? Okay, good. As long as I'm not like... I've lost it. I already know I lost it. Never had it to begin with. But man. The way you head to leave your chair. But you know what I'm saying? Like, that to me is like everything. What, do I have something, Liz? What's going on? I don't see anything. I got hot and bothered. I started to break a sweat. That's what happens when you get me going. Frame rates. Who knew? Chris, what was it like growing up in the 70s? Very old. Very old. You need to get that Vader hoodie? Yes, Amish. I don't know if they sell it anymore. I don't pick up too many Star Wars hoodies anymore. No, I just haven't. There's probably a few that I need to, because my hoodies are getting old, and I need to get more hoodie options for sure. Growing up in the 70s, fun, different, interesting, no internet. Cathode ray tubes. 3 channels. That was it. 4. PBS. Forgot about PBS. Pre-Fox. Loyal says defaults for developers need to be better. Scrolling has to be fluid. That's my humble opinion. I mean, it's just, what are you asking for fluidity? I don't know. I need to title this something, wait. Why Android is more fluid than iPhone or iOS. Proof that Android is more fluid than iPhone or iOS. Black and white TV and walkie-talkies from Radio Shack is right. Radio Shack, the place that tried to sell me batteries for my router. That was funny. Did I walk uphill in the snow each morning to school? We did not have hills in Iowa. Well, there were hills in Iowa. We just didn't live around too many of them. If you want fluidity, see your urologist. Well, my flax, I've been finding the right balance of flax. And flax has been great for my urine flow. Urine flow. Getting older and swollen prostate. Oh, you don't know.
Bruh.
Ah, come on, that was funny. Okay, that's a tweet. What? Oh, that's too big. Hang on, just a second. Wait, when? I want a first badge? What? What? First badge? Chris, did you know I wrote a book on iOS performance? No, you did not, Loyal. Really? Shut up. You did not. Yeah, he won. Amish Ace, Loyal got to affiliate. He did get to affiliate today, which is really cool. Not the kind of streaming we came here for. Sorry, Fix 'em, dude. Love me, love my prostate. That was the book I wrote. Really? Shut up. Oh my god, you did! Holy sh... Oh, no way! Oh my god! You could school half the people on this stuff. Wow. Wow. Nice. Where were you? I needed you like 6 years ago. No, I'm not joking either. There's DB3D Dan. Shout out to DB3D Dan. It was in bookstores on the shelf. Nice. I've written 2-3 books. I don't know. I haven't done one in years. I don't even know what book I would write next. The nice thing about being affiliate is having your own emotes. Yes, Caffeinated Linux. Wait, you're affiliate? Hang on. So let's give a shout out for Caffeinated Linux. You're tougher than I. Me? Not me. Not me. I'm gassy. That's for sure. Writing books is hard. It is difficult. Probably easier to write apps. You know, but the app rush days are definitely over. I mean, I'm not a developer. That's the bane of my. I mean, that's not the bane. That's been one of my greatest shortcomings, is not being able to take advantage of opportunities as I've seen them. Like, oh, it would be good to do X. It'd be good to have Y. But I'm like, well, until a developer actually makes one, I'm just kind of stuck. This is the thing I gotta do.
Packrat just subscribed.
Hey, thank you, D Packrat. Appreciate the subscription. Subscribing with Amazon Prime. Very appreciated. Everyone's got a free Amazon Prime sub if you have Amazon Prime. Use it on one creator or another. I'm glad you use it with me. It's very, very helpful. No problem, Caffeinated Linux. Happy to give any creator a shout out. Happy to be supportive for and of and to any creator, whether we happen to be doing the same things or not. And thank you, Mine37388, about the shirt. Posted a link to it, well, maybe not a link to it, but a picture of it there on, oops, did I spell? Discord. Liz is slapping Loyal stickers everywhere. Great. How do you get the motivation to learn new things and find what you love? Well, it's either that or the alternative is wasting time. In my book, you know, I've always, and I've gotten better with this over the years, but, you know, a lot of my mind went to building the business as I did, the best I knew how. It was that common goal. It was that goal of driving the business and having the business that kept me focused. And I tried to find an ability to play within that. That did not work, unfortunately. And I know, I mean, woulda, shoulda, coulda. I've made a lot of mistakes. That's for sure. But to me, part of that motivation to learn new things is like maybe I'm going to rediscover something or discover something that I didn't know I might have been interested in. So it's a bit of a catch-22. You don't know if you're going to be interested in something unless you actually try it, unless you actually immerse yourself in it, like 3D printing for one, like streaming for another, right? So, got to stretch. Thank you very much. You want to start your own business, don't know where to start, need to find your passion. New Future Tech 3D says, I'm very bad at picking up hints. Most of the time, opposite in the direction is I'm asked to go. Well, you know, I don't know. It's up to you. I've got to save that as a link before I forget. Give me a second. Yeah, I guess I got lucky with Locker Gnome. I mean, it really did. It was the success that I found was it was a matter of timing in the market, and I kind of feel the same way with social media. You know, being an early mover or an early adopter. I don't know. I guess to me, I like trying new things because it opens up opportunities for me. You know, even when there's not a direct like a direct win. So like, for example, I've been experimenting with Twitter Spaces, you know, every day for the past couple of days, every day, like right around, you know, afternoon, I'm like, all right, I'll do a tech time, right? See who joins. I'd like to see maybe about doing things in a bit more formalized fashion and actually have people, like when I know there are enough people that would tune in and listen, then I'd bring people on and geek out about one thing or another. But the, experimenting on that, I'm like, well, you know, this is a pretty cool idea. I would like certain things to happen for it to work really well. But if I didn't try it, then I wouldn't know how it would fit, if that makes any sense. And if you don't know how something's going to Thank you, Aveline. Appreciate that. You know, I'm not someone who necessarily thinks of himself that way, but you know, I feel like doing things the way that I've done them best I can allows me to build towards something and allows me to have that sense of ownership. So even in streaming, I mean, this is very much, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's a full-on business, but it definitely pays bills doing this on Twitch. So I'm spending my time on something fruitful. So for example, now we're looking at doing like a homeschooling curriculum, and it's going to cost like $600 a month. That's what the cost happens to be for the way that we're going to do it. But in terms of being able to give Jedi a more tightly tuned education to make sure that, you know, we are a part of that process, means that, okay, now I've got a budget for an additional $600 a month. So then I think, well, what can I do for an additional, okay, well, here's the things I'm trying to do. Well, how do I build more, do more, and maximize the time that I spend doing it? Well, looking into YouTube, right? Regrowing YouTube. So if I can make it such that the effort that I put on into YouTube helps or pretty much covers that cost of Jedi's education, then then YouTube becomes the way that education is paid for. And I'm almost there with YouTube, at least with the ad revenue. I'd like to bolster that, of course, with memberships on YouTube. I'd like to eventually find my way to getting sponsors again. That's kind of, it's a slow build. It's going to take time. It's going to take effort. It's going to take a lot of help. I definitely cannot do that alone. I'm happy to do the things that I do, but I can't do a lot of these things without, you know, support vicariously. Give me a second. I'm going into the comments on the new, oh wow, we do have a lot of comments. I've totally missed a few of these. YouTube's apps don't necessarily, they don't notify me for everything. Oh, they're loyal commented on the new channel. All my life, Chris advice has helped me. Ha. All loyal's life. That's amazing. The truth is out there, and also inside. Okay, Mulder. Lying to yourself and to others is not a good thing. Agreed. What happened to all my automatic responses? They disappeared. Matheson Steplock says, easier said than done, but it's true, and if you continue to lie to yourself, you'll start to believe it. That's what happens. Just replying to the new comments here. Top one, Aveline French. Gaslighting is the worst. Once someone does this to you, it takes a lot to change your mind and behavior back to who you truly are and believe in yourself, and coming out of that is extremely hard because you keep lying to yourself to make others happy. It's... Oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. Thank you for all the comments. We can dismiss that, but I've got, like I said, this channel is the one that gets all the advice clips that I do. Okay, now that I've done that, let me go ahead and, what's the TLDR for today? TLDR. So if you haven't left comments on TLDR, please do. It's about YouTube versus Twitch. Feel free to pull this up in the background. Here's the video. Pull it up in the background, run it 2x. Leave a comment if you could. Loyal says all their children are homeschooled. That's great. We're DG776 asked why we decided to go the homeschool route. I think it's just, yeah, it's the lifestyle. We work from home. I mean, we pay taxes. Happy to do that to fund public education. I have no issue with paying taxes, none whatsoever. But I would love to take advantage of that, certainly. And having had a background in teaching, you know, or in education, that's my degree, in English education, I understand its importance. And I just feel that education is one of those, teaching is one of those, it's a valiant, noble profession for those who do. And I yield to their ability, but I still want to be able to have, you know, a better feeling like Jedi's getting the education she needs, not just Jedi's getting an education, you know? And part of that is taking a more personalized approach and working within a system that enables that. And so, like I said, Diana found this entity that we're going to be doing, and they'll even do the thing where it's accreditation and everything, so that they'd even help transition to a grade school, like if a public school or what have you, which is great. I'm not sure if that's the option we're necessarily going to take, but like even in talking to them, I'm like, well, we're going to do the assessment first, which I've been pushing for a while, just to know where she's at, and I want to be able to encourage STEM, right, programming. You know, here, develop your own video game, you know, and you do this, you know, by the time you're 10. I mean, that's just exciting. To be, you know, even if it's a lesson or what have you. I think that's genuinely exciting. You never know what that's going to give, or what that's going to yield, and you have a better chance of doing that within a homeschool construct than you do in an education where everyone in a classroom goes towards the mean or the median, right? So it's a different way of doing it. It's not about the school district. It's more about knowing that we are in a position to be able to do that for her. So now you know. Hey, Chris, you know, when I sub to you on Twitch, what does it go to? Part of it is going to Jedi's education. That's straight up. Like, so I'm spending this time to do that. Chris is relying on Jedi to solve his fluidity problems. Krusty 3D, no doubt about that. The teachers are terrible at your homeschool. Fix them, dude. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Ours are horrible. You know, I feel pretty strongly about this. But I was saying this years ago when people were asking, like, would you homeschool? I'm like, yeah, I probably would, because I'm at home anyway. I feel like I could give a more custom experience.
Call3Man01 just resubscribed for 6 months.
Look at that, Coleman. Thank you so much for that sub, that Prime sub. Appreciated. Thanks, Steam. I didn't know that channel. Which one? Oh, Derp. You want to homeschool just because school is a giant germ fest? Dark toy lad gets sick at least once a month during the school year. Oh, well, we got our flu vaccines. She's not old enough, obviously, for the coronavirus vaccine. But we got the flu vaccines. Jedi was fine. And hopefully that's going to help us from getting sick. If one of us happens to catch something, it doesn't pass to somebody else. I don't know. But yeah, no, I can see that. I mean, of course, as it continues to evolve, I'll probably be talking about it. I'm like, oh yeah, if it's a good program, I would recommend it. If it's not, I would also say, don't want to do this again. So we're still very much hands-on. Still very much hands-on. So TLDR, has everybody commented on TLDR there? Oops, sorry. Why did that trigger twice? Why is that triggering every time I do that? Why is Stream Elements triggering? That is bizarre. Why is it doing that? Alright, hang on just a second. Yeah, this video I knew wasn't going to do as well as the hardware tech videos. I already knew that. But I still want to do these videos. Thank you, Liz, for the comments. And Jesse Moreno, thank you so much for the comment. Twitch is better for live stream, great for chat interactions. Totally agree. Twitch versus YouTube. Thank you, Liz. I don't know why it triggered for me. We're triggered. Chris, some advice. ABC Mouse is a great investment. Yes, Mr. Neotrip, she's been on ABC Mouse for a couple of years now. She uses it, you know. It's got the right amount of balance. She's definitely watched a lot of the videos on that. She's done the activities on it. So she's on ABC Mouse. We've had that for her. No problem there. I guess this particular homeschooling curriculum uses Google Classroom. So we'll get like progress reports. I'm like, yes! It's actually honestly kind of exciting. Khan Academy I've also installed, but she hasn't necessarily gotten into it. She hasn't like gone deep down a rabbit hole for one thing or another. Duolingo, I put that app on there, although she hasn't necessarily used it at this stage. But I put a lot of them on there. And they're always on, right? You know, like here, if you want to do something, she doesn't. To her credit, giving her full access to that kind of stuff doesn't make it such that, oh, you only get it for an hour, right? So, you know, it's like, okay, you will always have these things on there. It makes it such that she's not always using it, believe it or not. So it's like the opposite. Hey, J-Bam, good to see you. Welcome back to the Play Shop. We've already laid down TLDR for the evening. Oh, I need to put this in. I need to do this here. Where is the... There we go. What was that? I heard something, some kind of notification tripped. The hell? And by the way, well, ignore that. Sounds really cool. Well, Mr. Neotrip, I would, like I said, is this thing. Like, we're gonna sign up. Like, it's like as soon as I was like, okay, what's the price? I'm like, is it gonna be like, how much is this gonna be? I'm like, this can't be cheap. It's not cheap. But I'm like, well, I would rather have this and know what's going on than not. If I had a preference, if I had a choice. Your son's 7th grade, doing 11th math on cons, 400-day streak in Russian, go to normal school, do extra at home if you want to be a parent, that helps. Yeah, you know, it's all about, like, what your decisions are. So, you gotta make the best decision for you. You do. And there's no right answer. That's the thing a lot of people get tripped up about. Just because you're parenting one way doesn't mean that everyone's going to parent that way. I've been dealing with that kind of pushback ever since Jedi was born. Oh my god. Everyone wants to be a parent to her. Well, I hate to say it, but there are only 2 parents to her. That's it. Those are the only 2 opinions that matter. Just saying. It's true. I know there are a lot of people who like giving advice, And sometimes I like taking that advice, especially when I need that advice, but there are times that I don't have a need for advice. Wait, haven't I seen you on TV? Oh, Devon, you're so funny. Nope. Devon. Oh, let's go this way. Scroll up and see Loyal's comment. Oh, I already did. Okay. Only 2 parents, Chris and Chat. No. Your oldest was a student at a place called the Paris Academy. It was really cool because they would allow you to work at your pace. They also gave funding for outside things like karate. Even memberships to local museums lasted a few years, and the state shut them down. Oh, apparently they were claiming money for free lunch programs even though students were online. Oh my god. That's horrible. Sounds like a clown, Devon. Sounds like a clown. I'd imagine. Someone would slap an I love you sticker on my shoulder. There's a heart on my shoulder. Oh, did it make a kissy sound? I didn't hear the kissy sound at all. Got about 52 minutes left on this clone. I think I'm a clone now. There's always 2 of me just hanging around at 0.2 mm layer height. I hope this one pops off and does well. Bleep, boop, boop, boo-doo. Boo-doo, boo-doo. Beep, 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 boo-doo. Adeline French notes. I wish the management in schools would listen to teachers and the needs. Most of the time, we feel like our hands are tied. Yeah, I believe it. That's one of the reasons why I got, as much as I've got my degree in education, I never actually stepped foot in a classroom in any official capacity past student teaching because I realized that I would not have, management and I would not have worked. That's how I knew. I'm like, I need to figure out my own path. And for the most part, I still feel I'm on my own path. Maybe not in a perfect way. Don't know. It's constantly changing. I definitely made a lot of mistakes. But I believe I'm still better off than I would have been. Making the decisions I made, at least at that point in my life. Sorry, I was looking closer at the clone here. Common Core can kiss my... I don't know anything about it. I don't think we're going to be getting into it. That's another reason to avoid going to a school district and go more custom. And like I said, I'm paying taxes. Happy to do it. Very happy to do it. Who cares if you got the right answer? You want to know how you did it. That's right. It's the process. It's very much the process, not just the outcome. I learned that, even though I sucked at math. Let me put it this way. I probably could have stood to benefit from a homeschooling kind of experience like what we are now planning on doing with Jedi. I would have benefited. Because as much as I excelled with reading, I feel that my math just fell short. Science fell short for me. Math fell short for me. For whatever it's worth. Hey, the Gaming Skulls. Good to see you again. Welcome back to the Play Shop. But like I said, they said, well, you know, you want to sign, you know, would you need to think? You want to get started? I'm like, yeah, let's get started. So tomorrow, basically, we're gonna, it begins tomorrow. Weirdos, a homeschool documentary, Weirdos, a homeschool documentary available on Amazon to purchase. Cool. Well, you know, not every documentary is necessarily two-sided. Got to keep that in mind. Everybody's experience is going to be different. Just because some people had a weird experience doesn't mean everybody would. Let me tell you this. I did not have a great time in the schools that I went to, both parochial and public. They were fine. I survived. It was normal. But the way I always look at things is just because things are normal doesn't mean that they're necessarily the best. Something to consider. I know a lot of like uninformed people. I'm not gonna call them ignorant. Uninformed people will say like, "Wow, aren't you worried about her socialization? Really? Have you met Jedi? Do you think she's gonna have social problems? She's gonna have no more social problems than I have." And I went to a public school. So it's not about schooling. She gets along fine with others. It's not like we lock her into a freaking closet every night. God dang. Some people. Anyone with an agenda can record a video? That's right. What? And look what happens in schools. Insane. You can't win either way. Like I said, as a parent, you only know these decisions as a parent. You make the best decisions you can. So, you make the best decisions you can. And that's why I'm not into people will ask me, like Ryan asked me for parenting advice, but probably why I don't ask for parenting advice, because I don't feel I need it. That's right, I leave the closet door ajar. I don't shut her in the closet. I keep it open so she can come out anytime. Oh, people. Y'all crack me up sometimes. Again, refer to my statement above. Which one? I don't know if I caught it. Your sister homeschools her 2 kids. I think so dangerous. She's the dumbest, most bipolar person I know. Okay. 18 years of a single teacher that is not trained in teaching and didn't even finish high school herself. Yeah, see, there's a lot I know, but a lot I don't know. And that's where I would rather take a more of the approach that now we are taking. Happy to support, but knowing that I don't know everything. So, totally feel you there. This one, Chris, let's face it, a lot of us tech people have severe ADHD and classroom learning doesn't always work. No, it doesn't. It does not. But it is what it is. Homeschool groups are amazing and enriching. Yeah, those exist too. Where you can socialize your kid. That's what I'm worried about socialization. What the hell does that mean? What does that mean? When people say that, what does it mean? I want them to interact with other people. No. That's off the table. Never. I'm never gonna let my child interact with anybody ever. At all. Under any circumstance. No. Homeschooling does not mean people stay at home. Unless you're in lockdown. Would I hire a teacher to homeschool a child in the house? Yep, I would. A tutor, if you will. Tutors have existed for the longest time. Yeah, absolutely. Especially if someone was she was struggling in one subject or another. I probably could have stood to benefit from a tutor. It just takes money. So like I said, now the YouTube effort is becoming Jedi's Education Fund. It's a good way of kind of earmarking it, you know. So I do the content creation. I do it, you know, for a reason. I do it because it's something that, yeah, I'm driving to. So then I can say at some point, well, you know, doing all this helped pay for your education, right? So that way when it's time for Jedi to do something. And thank you for following, Shalak. Welcome to the Play Shop. Glad to have you here. We don't really have any particular topic at this point, but what was I saying? What was I in the middle of saying? I was going to say something I felt was poignant enough to tell you, and now I forget. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. Oh, good. I'm glad you're glad to be here. Hence following, which is amazing. So, in telling her that, you know, basically I'm paying for your education by doing videos on YouTube, that's how I paid for your education, she can set the stage to pay for her education by doing video. TikTok, Twitch, YouTube. I can show her that is how things get paid for. You can pay for your own things by doing the work, by putting in the time, by getting things done. So by earmarking YouTube and say, I paid for your education by doing this, if you want to pay for things, if you want to pay for your education, you can do the same thing. Let me show you how you might be able to take your interests or passions and turn them into something. Even if it's farting around on Twitch. Because you may not know where you want to start. You may not know what you want to do. And she's so young. She won't. I'm pretty sure for her it's all TikTok. TikTok is the trend. You can do live video on TikTok too. I thought about trying live video on TikTok. I don't really have a gimmick though. But I thought about experimenting with live video on TikTok because I mean I give advice, and that's a lot of the videos that I've been posting on TikTok is just, you know, kind of give motivational, inspirational advice kinds of things. You can hire Cutie Pie to teach Jedi how to do YouTube video. I don't even know who that is. Who's that? Who's Cutie Pie? I don't know. I don't even know who it is. Is that a TikToker? By the way, on TikTok, I am up to 733 followers now. I think the last update I was at 600, but like 733 now. Which is good. I mean, not bad for, you know, doing just a simple inspirational video a day that gets cross-posted, but basically that's where they all basically live. The nice thing is being able to cross-post it makes it easier. Although Instagram seems to elevate certain videos over other videos, which is somewhat frustrating. Like, the algorithm is so random. Like 2 days ago, almost 5,000 views. Yesterday, 1,000. Today, 400. So it's like, it's hit or miss. There's no rhyme or reason on Instagram or TikTok. It just depends on whether or not they take off. I don't know. I haven't cracked the algorithm anywhere. But, you know, just putting it out there, the fact that I can post them, you know, across a variety of networks is pretty awesome. I love that. I love that I can take something and I can post it to 7 different networks. Like, I got 335 views on just posting the same video to Twitter. Even posting it on Instagram, I'm not, I'm sorry, on LinkedIn, they don't get a lot of engagement, but the nice thing is in doing it, you know, at least then if people go to look, they can see that I've got a library of these little shorts. I don't know what LinkedIn's going to be doing with those little video clips, but it is what it is. Felix is nothing like Jedi. Wait, Felix the farting feline? Nobody's like anybody else. When did anybody get that idea? Again, this is the problem with like a generalized education. You're not like anybody else. So if you know you're not like anybody else, why do you think you can be, certain things have to happen the same way as they do with other people? I understand that. That's logical. Oh, PewDiePie. God, PewDiePie's like nobody else. Don't hear a lot about him anymore. Which is fine. No complaints. There was a time that, like, every other news headline, PewDiePie this, PewDiePie that. Oh my god. Ooh. Sorry. It's gonna be, I'm not gonna say it's gonna be a late night for me, but the next thing I got, again, I gotta watch this video. I should just pull it up on the stream, huh? I'd get in trouble though, because like I'm not licensed for the content. I don't want to get in trouble. Because I want to sit through it. I want to watch it. But I'm actually going to be eating popcorn and watching a freaking webinar. I don't know how far I'm going to get before I'm going to go, okay, I've seen enough. Like, I get it. Okay, I'm good. But at least I owe it to myself to give it a shot. Thank you for liking my reply on YouTube, Avaline. Very appreciated. If everyone caught TLDR tonight, it is there. TLDR. Latest video. The good news is the new way I've been using TubeBuddy. Is that a trigger? There we go. The new way I've been using TubeBuddy is using it to schedule. And when you schedule by way of the TubeBuddy tool, you can automatically make the first comment, and you can automatically add it to the playlist at that point. Makes it a lot easier. It's very, 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 very manageable. Far more manageable. Far easier to handle. So I am definitely going to be a fan of becoming a legend on TubeBuddy. That is definitely a rain coming down hard. Rain. There's definitely rain coming down hard. We haven't had rain for a few days here in Seattle, but it's been cold. It's definitely been chilly, and not in the tasty bean kind of way. A very cold, chilly kind of way. Let's go ahead and flip over to this view. Far more interesting than me chilling here. Speaking of chilling, I am getting a little chilly. Crunch. Crunch a bunch of, crunch a bunch of, crunch a bunch of, crunch a bunch of. Liz sending me screenshots to cereal like caramel toast crunch. $7 a box, that caramel toast crunch. Yeah, I don't think I'd pay for that either. Canadian or US, that's a bit pricey. TubeBuddy sounds like some kind of anti-chafing aid. It kind of is. It helps you not chafe your YouTube channel. What is it that I'm making? I am making, hopefully, what will turn out to be a successful clone trooper. So this one snapped as I was removing the supports. So I printed this one out. This is the one I did last night at 300% with regular supports. But then Krusty suggested I download the alpha for Prusa Slicer and use the snug support setting. So I'm trying that at 0.2 mm. And then when this is done, I'll remove the supports, see how well that goes. And then potentially I'm thinking about trying this one, or the same model at 0.1 mm, or 0.15, I should say, mm layer height. Different supports because I'm going to space them out a bit more, but they should still work. That's convenience fee at a drugstore? Oh, wow. TubeBuddy was great when they were free, but they kind of left people in a lurch when they suddenly went pay without warning. Well, they probably had to. I don't know. In my humble opinion, TubeBuddy's worth paying for because, I mean, the scheduling is nice, yes, but it's specifically the other value I see from paying for it is every video I upload now has 2 thumbnails, and TubeBuddy lets you do A/B testing between the thumbnails, and if that yields, a higher response over the lifetime of that video, it'll have been worth, paying for, especially when I don't know, like, which one's going to convert, so you're not guessing. The keyword suggestions have also been helpful, although not, like, outstanding, not great. Reminding me to do certain things on certain videos have been helpful. Knowing what's tracking and where is helpful. I can't say that, I mean, the global search and replace is nice to have, but it's not something you always need. But still, I'll pick it up here in October with the 20% off. Because I'm like, well, if I'm going to be uploading YouTube videos, then, I got to throw some money into it. Got to spend money to make money sometimes. Thank you, Aveline French. Appreciate you hanging out. We are now at the 8 o'clock hour. Let's see here. Oh, Raquel is streaming. She's a singer. Buana is just chatting. J-Hobo. Tumble. She's playing a game. I'm just looking at my list. Looking at the list. It's been a while since we did rated Buana. He's doing some. It looks like he's doing some mock of 3D printing. We can raid Buana. It's been a while. We can do it. Do it live. Only you could prevent forest fires and rain. A lot of rain can do that too. All right, we're gonna be raiding Buana. I love you. I appreciate you, but at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. May the force be with you always. I'll be back again tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Pacific. Hope potentially with 2 of these clone troopers. I don't know where each of them is going to go. One of them is going to be in a potentially definitive collection, and the other one is going to, stand to the side somewhere. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen to it because I have a feeling I'm going to like the 0.15 a little more, but I just want to know if I can absolutely see the difference between the two. Just before I get into, doing this full series, I want to try to do it as best as I possibly can. Thanks again for your support. Thank you for subscribing on YouTube and watching those videos. It's going to be a long journey back with this tech stuff, but I appreciate you being a part of that journey. Going to be rating Buana, who looks to be doing some 3D printing stuff in 3. Tuscan rating, Buana. Do we have our Tuscan Raider emotes ready? Perillo Raider? Are they staged? Thank you, Liz. Got your Perillo Raider emotes ready? All you subs, get those Perillo Raider emotes. Get them going so that they know when they've been rated. Because otherwise we're like, Buana's like, what? No, it's fun because we spam the chat with the Tuscan Raider emote. That's what makes it fun. That's what makes it fun. May the Schwartz be with you. There you go, Dark Toy Lord. Here we go. Tuscan rating. Buana in 3, 2, 1. There we go. Perillo Raider. Oh, he's learning. He's doing a tutorial. Raid. Raid. Raid.
That's a Perillo ring.
What?
Chat, defend it. What are you doing?